I referred people to the FBI, but that
Mhm.
was if I was tired of talking to them and they were what we call a 220, kind of mental.
That about what this week brings right now. Okay, so schedule wise, the first thing I'm going to say is this. I'm going to get this out of the way. Wings of Redemption. I spoke with the man, the myth, and the legend yesterday live on his stream. It was complete chance. Like I said, the power had gone out. When it finally came back on, I came in here to rewire the office. So I just turned everything on, opened it up, and it so happened that it showed that he was online streaming. I was like, oh, interesting. I actually never have seen one of his streams live. I've seen, like, the archives and the clips after the fact. I've never just seen it live. So I clicked on it, and he was playing Rainbow Six Siege with a party, and he was talking quite a bit. And I said, well, now's my opportunity to get it right from the horse's mouth about what's going on right now with next week. So I asked Wings of Redemption, hey, Wings, how's it going? And are you going to come on my show next week, to be on the podcast and be a guest? Notably, I wanted him to be on Monday. All right. Here's what he said to me. And you can take it as you will. He said, Phil, the reason I'm not confirming and locking in and committing is because my sleep schedule has been completely messed up. Today, I woke up at 6 p.m. Those who don't know, that would be 3 p.m. my time. I'm West Coast. He's East Coast U.S. So he got up 3 p.m. my time. All right. And I'm like, okay. So he says, what's going on is he doesn't know what he's doing with his wife this weekend. Based on what he's doing with his wife, it may or may not allow him to actually sleep properly or not. And therefore, he doesn't want to commit about Monday yet. And I said to him, that's perfectly fine. That's the answer I was looking for, because now we won't lock him in and say he's definitely going to be on the show on Monday. Instead, we'll leave it as a maybe. Now, as a follow-up, and I should have said this to him on the stream, but I forgot. As a follow-up, I did DM him later on in the night. And I said, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave the door open for Wings to come by my show any day next week coming up. I am here starting today, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So any day that he actually sleeps and can get up and be on the show, I have an open door policy. He can appear on the show whenever he wants. Or if he doesn't want to be on the show, he doesn't have to appear on the show. But I was under the impression he wanted to. In fact, he even said on the stream yesterday he wanted to come on the show. He likes talking and he wanted to hang out, but it's his sleep schedule that's holding him back right now. So I'm going to take a man at his word. You may judge however you wish to. It's the court of public opinion, right? If you believe him or not, I tend to believe him. All right. I used to be there back in the day when it's kind of, we're in the opposite position. Allow me to explain. Back in the day when I was a bachelor, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I was a full-time YouTuber, I would literally have the worst sleep schedule of anyone I knew. What I would do is I would wake up at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm not kidding. All right. I would literally be hungover because I drank so much the night before. I felt like a truck hit me. So I would get up and I would just quickly hydrate myself. And within an hour of waking up and maybe showering or whatever, I would be recording. And then I would record for like 5-6 hours straight. And then at like 8 at night, I would go out to have my one big meal of the day, which would be awful fast food. This is all true. I'm not making this up because you might be like, wait a minute. Isn't that what Wings does now? This is what my life used to be. I'm being transparent with all of you. This is how I lived my lifestyle when I was a full-time YouTuber doing on-demand videos, okay? So 5-6 hours of recording. As those videos were uploading, I would go out and I would grab fast food every day. That was my lifestyle. And I would come back, stuff it down my face, sometimes burgers, chicken sandwiches, veggie burgers, BLTs, tuna salad, chicken parm sandwich. I'm serious. This is what I ate all the time. This was my diet. All right. Soda. Yeah, I think I drank soda with that. I'm trying to remember. Or maybe I got tea. But basically, this is how I live my lifestyle. So I had one big meal. After that meal, I would go back to recording again. And I would record probably from like 8, 9 p.m. all the way through like 12, 1 p.m. And then I would upload more. And as all that was going down, depending on what was going on, sometimes I would record even more, but I would drink. I would actually have like a rum and Coke. And when I say rum and Coke, like, okay, let's say this was the cup. And of course, it's a giant thermos, right? Let's say this was the cup I was going to drink from for rum and Coke. Okay, when I say rum and Coke, I mean rum and Coke. Rum and Coke. So I was drinking insane amounts. I was killing myself, all right? And then I would sometimes record at night. Like, I remember some of those nights back in the day, there'd be like a big update DLC, like Fallout 3 has a new DLC. It comes out at 2 a.m. I would download and play it at 2 a.m. drunk. And my first videos of like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay, sometimes I would play the whole DLC in one sitting, 6, 7 hours, drunk as shit. But people loved it. The views came in. It more than paid the bills. I was making big bank acting and living like that. Okay? So then what would happen is, I would then go to sleep. Whenever I passed out, essentially, there were days I was recording and fell asleep on the couch. Just like, didn't even get to bed. Okay? And then I wake up the next morning, again, oh, it's 3 p.m. I'm hungover again. Time to do it again. And this was my life 6 days a week. The only day I didn't live like that was basically the day when I went to visit my parents, or they came to visit me, and we went out to dinner or spent some time together. Like, that was it. Okay? So that was my lifestyle. During that time frame, when I was single, doing YouTube, everything about my life was messed up. All right? I was overweight. I was depressed. I was, the only good thing about my life was YouTube was views were good and I was making money. But everything else kind of sucked, to be frank, I was stressed out all the time. I was angry all the time. I was an angry dude back then. I really was. I wasn't a relaxed guy like I am today. I was pretty upset about everything all the time. And my sleep schedule was atrocious. Like, I would not get much sleep at all of any kind of significant, quality. All right. And so, listen, I've been there in a situation like Wings apparently is stuck in right now. The only difference is I was in that situation when I was single. He's married and now he's in that situation. It sounds like actually his sleep schedule was better when he was single. Now that he's married, he doesn't know what he's doing any day with his wife or whatever. And he just runs around doing stuff randomly and then gets stressed out and can't sleep, or does sleep and then can't wake up. I don't know. It's kind of like the opposite situation. All right. For whatever reason. So he's living the life that I was living over a decade ago. And I'm telling you right now, when your sleep schedule is messed up, it's awful. All right. To be very transparent with everyone here, I've lived it. It's terrible. You can't get a good night's rest. You wake up, you still feel like garbage. Okay. You don't feel like you got anything significant rest, but you still got to do your day, and so oh my God, let's go. So anyway, again, I don't know what's going on with him. In reality, if what I'm going to take his word for it. I think he's telling the truth. I think he's got physical problems going on as a result of, his lifestyle and stress in his life and everything going on, and he can't get a good night's sleep. And because of that, he doesn't want to lock in to an appearance, and that's fine. So it's open door right now. I've now said it publicly. I said it to him privately. It's public. If he wants to come on the show anytime this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and he gets a good night's sleep, he can do it. It's an open door policy. He just has to tell me. That's it. He just has to contact me. And when I say that, he has to contact me. Not he randomly says it on one of his streams and through the grapevine, I'm supposed to hear it. He has to contact me. He has my contact info. Right now, he can write me a message, okay, and say, yes, I'd like to come on Wednesday. He could do that, all right? So there very well could be a day this week when we were planning one thing, but then Wings contacts me and says, hey, I want to come on. Okay, we'll drop everything. He could be a guest on the show, okay? That's how I'm doing it. I'm going to do him that, all right? I'm going to say, hey, leave it open. I want to have him as a guest. I want to hang out with him and have a good conversation. I think it was great last time. I think it'll be great this time. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's what's going on with Wings. Hopefully we'll get positive updates and he will be on the show this week. If not, we have more than enough to do. Yes, for even 7 straight days, we have that much going on that we will have tons of content without any problems. I'm not worried about it. Okay. All right, I agree. Wrigley says we all wish the best for Wings and his wife. Me too. I just want him to be healthy and happy. And it sounds like right now he's definitely not healthy with his sleep schedule, and it's hard to be happy when you're not healthy. I'm just saying. Okay? All right.